Matt Zimmer with Argus Leader Media here at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium, joined by South Dakota State Athletic Director Justin Sell. Justin, thanks for bringing us out here and giving us a tour of the new place.
No, absolutely, my pleasure.
What are you going to show us today?
Well, I thought we'd take a look around. Obviously, the bowl of the stadium's changed quite a bit and from the old Coughlin Alumni Stadium. Hopefully be able to give you a few particulars and then show you the different levels and places that we have to do some different entertaining on game days and non-game days, and kind of walk you through, give you kind of a full inside tour of what we're doing here at SDSU.
Well, we're standing here on the new turf surface, which replaces the grass and at times mud and dirt that we had at Coughlin Alumni Stadium. The iconic checkerboard is still there in the end zone, but Justin's going to take us upstairs and around the rest of the place to have a look at all the bells and whistles of the new stadium. Justin, we're going to get in a minute to sort of the premium levels of seating, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff to see. But before we do, this is sort of a place where if you're someone who wants to walk up to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium and buy a ticket, you might end up in a place like this, and this looks to me like a pretty good seat right here.
Yeah, you know, I think that's one of the strengths of the stadium is we have options and really designed it to take care of anybody. It's our statewide appeal, what we are as a land-grant school, and the ability to offer opportunities for anybody to come to a game. So whether it's families, military appreciation days, our faculty, staff, someone that wants to come up from Sioux Falls and buy a ticket and come into the game, you can still get a ticket like this for a season ticket. And, you know, we've had a lot of people support us for a long time, and we're obviously growing that fan base, and we need to continue to grow. And options like this, this seat is the same price as a year ago, and so we've got a lot of these types of seats that will give a great experience to people. The other thing I would note, by being able to do a brand new stadium, a lot of the old stadiums that have been renovated, their best seats aren't very good because they were built in 1930. And here we've been able to redo all of them, so you have plenty of leg room and space. Every seat has a back, and I just think there's some great features. And then the view of the field, the way this is bowled in, every seat has a good view of the field.
And we should mention too, no general admission seating aside from the student sections, correct? You're selling a ticket for every seat in the stadium.
Yep, that is correct. And yeah, and our students have been awesome. We have 3,500 seats with the pride being able to play right in the middle of all the students, and student attendance and interest is at an all-time high, and we really appreciate their support. They make a huge difference in the game day atmosphere. And then we can do some things in the corner section, and we kind of leave that open. So as we look at sales versus student interest, you know, whichever, if we can sell those seats, obviously we want to sell them, but if they're not going to sell, then we want to allow more students to come into the games.
All right, well, let's go have a look at the premium seating. Well, we're indoors. Now we're here at the club level of Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. Justin, tell us a little bit about the room we're in now.
Yeah, we're in what's called Club 71. It was named in honor of Dana Dykhouse. His number when he played here in the 70s was number 71 as a defensive lineman, so one of his friends and colleagues donated on his behalf to have it named after him, and so a really neat feature.
What's going on in here on game day?
Yeah, you'll have everybody that has a club seat comes in. You'll have different food stations set up, and then places that you can get beer, wine, and non-alcoholic beverages, and it's really a place for all those people to gather, spend time together. If you have a loge seat or a suite, you can come down to this room as well. So that's an additional piece to it. But you know, we really tried to take the tailgating concept from outside and be able to bring it inside. And so we'll open up, you know, pretty early on game days. Obviously, it'll be a big place at halftime, and then post game, we hope to be able to pipe in Tyler's post game interviews and press conference stuff, and allow those folks to stay in here a little bit longer.
Well, let's see what's next. Okay, we've moved to the south corner of the stadium, I guess, in what is the Coughlin Alumni Room. As you can see behind us, a little bit of a tribute to the 50-year home of South Dakota State football. Tell us a little bit about kind of a retro styling here.
Yeah, you know, we wanted to make sure that we took care of paying honor to what Coughlin Alumni Stadium and what it meant to our fan base, to our former student athletes, all the memories, great games, things that you conjure up each weekend, and that's what sports is great for. And so our ability to recognize that impact that it's had on us, we've got some old pieces here, from turnstiles to old benches made out of the wood bleachers bleachers on the other side, and we'll have the Coughlin alumni sign. Hopefully we'll get kind of a mural of the old stadium in here. But just a really neat kind of entertaining space. You can hold probably 30 or 40 people in here, and it helps us recognize the history of our building.
And those are the letters from the front of the old press box, correct?
Those are the letters from the front of the old press box. And after the last game, we had a couple of them got removed by some other individuals, and we made a call out, and we got them returned. And,
nice.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I think they understood we were trying to save them to add them as part of the new stadium. And there's obviously tremendous respect for what that thing did for us.
Well, I'm glad you didn't call me and ask to give back the little piece of turf I took with me after the last game.
No, that's. I'm glad you got a piece of the old stadium to remember. I'm sure to remember the old press box fondly.
Right. Yes. All right. Let's move on to the next stop. Well, we're up here in the suite level. We skipped a level over the loge. We'll get back to that in a second. But this is obviously where the suites are, I guess. And probably the best view I think I've ever had of South Dakota State University. I don't know if I've ever had a chance to get up this high and kind of see the whole campus like this. I mean, obviously that's got to be a highlight of this entire stadium, is having this view of campus.
It is, and we did a nice job with creating other spots where we put a lot of windows in to allow the light, to allow the warmth, but also it gave us a sense of, you've never stood in this place in Brookings, South Dakota before, and so to accentuate that and be able to take advantage of these views on the suite level was really part of the design process.
Well, and you mentioned too off camera just a second ago that, sometimes in these big stadiums you kind of get lost a little bit and kind of you're down in the sewer, so to speak, almost. And now here, you always have, as you're walking down this hallway through all these suites, it's a very open sort of environment, and you always sort of have a sense of where you are relative to the field and the town and the school.
Yeah, our fans, a couple of things. They like to sit outside, so there's outside seating elements. They like to socialize, gather. A lot of them know each other. They bring family and friends, and so the opportunity to do that, to take care of clients if you want to bring clients in. And then not to have a stuffy old box. I think that's the world's changing a little bit with that, but it's not about privacy. It's about sharing the experience. And I think when you look down these halls and walk down them, you get that sense.
Well, let's step into one of these suites here and take a look at what it looks like.
Yep. And so this is a community suite. We have two different kinds, community and executive. There are 8 executive suites that border the 50-yard line, and then the rest of the suites are community suites. Not a big difference other than the executives are a little bit longer and a little bit more room in them, but they all have TVs and obviously all of the different features, their food, beverage, all those services will be in these suites. And then if we step outside, you can see their seating area here. So a couple neat features. Obviously, we've got some fantastic seats for them to sit in. But then we also have the heating coils above that many of the newer stadiums. So when there's a little chill in the air in late November and hopefully long playoff runs into December, we have a chance to kind of take the chill out of the air. And then obviously a tremendous view of the field.
Yeah. This is pretty sweet.
Not bad, huh?
This is, if I ever have to take a Saturday off, these are the tickets I'm going to hit you up for, all right?
You got it. I can handle that for you.
All right, let's move on to the next stage. Well, here we are in the main press box at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. This is where I'll be working on a week from Saturday when the Jacks host Drake in their home opener. The first thing I noticed is there's no dead flies. Which was kind of the trademark of the old press box. I don't like to. People made a lot of jokes about the press box at the old place, and it really wasn't that bad. There were 2 levels. There was plenty of room for me to do everything I needed. But we talked just a second ago about now there's technology in place for official review, something you didn't have before. Mm-hmm. And obviously, you look around here. I mean, the first thing I thought when we got off the elevator, I guess we took the stairs, was what are the opposing coaches going to think, when they come up here and say, this is where I get to sit and watch the game? I mean, I even think for them it's going to be impressive. I'm trying to think of what maybe you could have forgot or something, and I mean, it kind of looks like I should probably be thanking you. It looks like you're going to be taking care of those of us in the media here.
Well, I think a long time overdue, but and with the growth of our program, more people are interested in covering, and the ability to do things like student radio and provide those experiences, and hopefully keep people coming into the fields of media, and whether it's radio or print or TV, we want to encourage that. We've got some space where we can actually set up some lights and a green screen and do some video on the spot. Great place when we're nationally televising. If ESPN comes to do their deal here, we've got a great space for them and camera angles, and then I'm most proud for all of you that have done such good work for us over the years to not have to climb a bunch of stairs and to come into a place that's set up to do your job. And we were laughing about this segment. I probably should turn around and be asking you the questions because you're the one who's dealt in these areas much more than I have.
Well, there's an elevator, which is nice. 78 steps, as I said, it used to be to get up here. Air conditioning for the first couple of games, heat for the last couple of games, a bathroom, I'm assuming, catering, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I think you covered all your bases.
Well, we're pretty proud of this spot and looking forward to your reviews after the first game.
All right, let's move on.
So with the Lowe's box, you'll have 4 seats in them, and then really nice chairs with 2 TVs in each box, so you'll be able to see the action of our game or other games. You've got your own level with your food, drink, all that's taken care of and included as part of the price, and you'll be able to have the heating elements above you as well in this section. And so from your parking pass to your food to your experience, this is probably one of the top experiences in the building, and certainly the overlook of the club room is pretty dramatic, and then these people have access to that area as well. And then the last thing, and we should walk out and take a quick look, is the view of the field. This might be the purest view of the field of any of the levels. It's absolutely incredible.
That's what I hear. Let's take a look at it. Yeah. Well, all right, we're here at the Lowe's level then. You just heard Justin talking about some of the details. So I think that pretty much wraps up the tour. We've seen all the bells and whistles, been down on the field, been up in the press box, got to see where I get to work, obviously. So, Justin, congratulations. I mean, this is obviously a pretty cool place. I'm very excited for September 10th. I know everyone else is. Drake University, that Saturday. 2 o'clock kickoff? 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock kickoff for the opener. Not yet sold out. People can still get tickets.
People can still get tickets, and I would be remiss. One, I obviously appreciate all the great coverage, and you do such a good job for us, and then all those people that have supported us to make this dream a reality. It doesn't happen, one, overnight, and two, without people believing in a vision and then willing to help fund that, and you can see all the examples around here of people that have stepped up to really make this happen, and we get a chance to really reflect on our history and a chance to build new history. And I think when you walk through this, the last parting thought is you can envision this lasting for the next 50 years and holding its own for a long time.
Well, again, congratulations and thanks for having us for the tour.
You bet. Thanks, Matt.